Here's the exact content calendar setup we use for our clients. It's simple and sustainable. If content planning ever feels overwhelming or like you're consistently posting at the last minute, this is going to simplify everything. I'm going to walk you through how we build a 90-day content calendar inside of Asana, how we organize platforms, themes, deadlines, approvals without overcomplicating it. So this is the board we use for our clients, which is a part of our Trello Asana template bundle if you want your own copy. So I'm really excited to show you the Asana version. So the key to a 90-day content calendar is structure first, content second. So here is an overview of our content planning board. We have quick grabs so that way you can have all your things listed. Easy to grab when you're working in content. You don't want to have to go search for all kinds of different things when you're in content planning mode. We really love a yearly overview. So when are things happening? When are launches happening? When are you creating new freebies? When is webinars happening? When are you having your shop sales? Like go ahead, plan that out for the year so that way you have those dates to add into your weekly content schedule. Next, we have a weekly schedule. So, what's happening? Maybe Monday is your podcast. Maybe Tuesdays you have reels going out about the podcast. Maybe you have a Wednesday email on the podcast. Maybe you can repurpose that podcast onto YouTube, have a blog around YouTube, an email around YouTube, Instagram story around YouTube, a reel for YouTube. You can truly have one piece of content, so say your podcast episode or a YouTube video, and you can turn that into multiple different pieces of content from Instagram reels to emails. So you can build out your weekly schedule so that way you have a quick overview of what's happening when each week. Next, this is my favorite part. This is our content workflows. So essentially, we have all of the workflows for blog workflows, everything you have to do from beginning to publishing that blog. What all does it take? Same thing with Instagram reels, podcast workflows, YouTube videos. It's a lot in those workflows. So we have built it out where you essentially have all of your workflows inside of Asana. You can duplicate all of your workflows so that way your checklist stays the same, and then you're adding in due dates, you're adding in assignees, you're adding in all of those details there. Next, we have the full year built out with a goal. So we want to have some kind of goal. That goal can look like a shop sale. It can look like launching a new freebie with a funnel on the back end. It can look like a revenue goal if you're really trying to track numbers that way. So your goal can really be anything in your business, and that is what all of your content is going to drive to. And this really lets you plan quarterly without locking yourself into exact dates. So say you built out a full month of content with all of your workflows, it's super easy just to change the date if you're not able to do the blog post, or if you have to shovel around some of your podcast episodes, it's really easy to do that inside of Asana. So that way you do have a schedule to follow, however it is flexible for your time in business. And so each one of these specific tasks is a piece of content. So you can break this down by platform. You can add in due dates. You can add in assignees. So that way you know who is doing what then. You can also add assignees to specific pieces of the workflow. So say you are writing the blog, but somebody else is scheduling it. You can go ahead and add in all those details. You can comment on this card and tag with your team. So you can say, hey team, I have completed this blog post. Here's all the copy. You take and do whatever. So it's really team friendly. It's super easy to have like statuses and those dates to really make a clear path to your content execution. And this is where Asana really shines because everyone knows what's happening, what's next, and when it's all happening. It's really helpful for a team. Another reason why it's really helpful to have your specific goals for the month, this is really helpful to just not post random posts. We really want to have some kind of theme or funnel or just overall strategy around your posts. So that can look like awareness versus nurture versus sales content. Those are all three very different types of posts, but they're all very vital in your marketing. Also, like lead magnet ties in. Is there a funnel on the back end? It's really important to get people with a freebie, and then also have a funnel on the back end to lead them to the next step. And also like launch versus non-launch content. Those are very different types of content, and they're both vital. So that's why it's really helpful to have your full yearly calendar, so that way you can see, okay, I have a shop sale coming up. I need to have some priming awareness content before I get into my launch content. So you can really think big picture and then get very nitty gritty into your content workflows here. So yeah, this is how you stay consistent. This is how you stay strategic without posting every single day. All of your posts have a reason behind them. And here is what a real week can look like, or even a real month. You can see like what is getting batched when stuff can be scheduled, what's flexible. So for example, this goal is a Trello opt-in. So it's a brand new lead magnet. There's a funnel on the back end. So we want people to enter our ecosystem with a freebie, and there'll be something on the back end. So all of the content around this can be around Trello. So we can have a blog post talking about a specific piece of Trello. Pointing the call to action to this freebie. We can have an email announcing this new opt in to get more people into the funnel. Maybe there's a fall sale, and maybe there's a portion of Trello inside of your shop that connects very well there. You can have a podcast episode about like the behind the scenes look at Trello, and then you can call out your new freebie. You can have an Instagram reel about your new freebie, so you can truly have a full content plan based on your goal. Of course, you can add in other of that nutrition, the nurturing and awareness post to add in here, but you really want to have one solid goal and then you pepper in the rest around. So the goal isn't more content, it's less decision making. So that's the beauty of this board. And if you want more help managing content, and mapping your content to your funnel, we have a free resource that walks you through that exact process, when to create it and when. So grab the create your marketing freebie funnel freebie below. And yeah, if you want this exact Asana setup, this included in our Trello Asana bundle. So you can always also grab it there. So let us know if you have any questions on Asana, and thank you so much. Bye.